Now we come to the first story within the story. In this part of the story, Jesus' family is trying to tell him that he needs to come home because he's out of his mind. But the Pharisees, well, they had a different theory. Jesus wasn't out of his mind. He was possessed by a demon, or that he was in league with Beelzebub himself doing the devil's work. Think about how far you have to be disconnected from reality to believe that curing things like leprosy and blindness, the lame, the mute, and the deaf is the devil's work. Not to mention bringing people back from the dead and casting out demons. Since when, in the history of the world, did the devil ever do anything to make somebody's life better? How blind do you have to be to think that Satan would do anything like that? Jesus' point is clear. Do you really think Satan is so stupid that he would actually go to war against himself? Somebody once asked me why it was that Christianity was one of the most persecuted religious groups in the world. I shot back, Satan doesn't persecute his own. Satan doesn't war against Satan. Now add to that the fact that Satan doesn't let anybody go. Once he has you, he doesn't let you go without a fight. So imagine somebody walking into the kingdom of hell and they're strong enough to bind Satan himself and then start setting people free. Now, who's more powerful? The one being tied up or the one who tied them up? You get Jesus' point? The only reason he could set people free is because Satan is no match for Jesus. But what Jesus says next should be a word of warning to everybody. That is blasphemy against the Holy Spirit. Make no mistake, the Holy Spirit is God. And as such, it was the Holy Spirit working through Jesus that gave Jesus the ability to do the miracles Jesus did. And Jesus' point was this: the moment you start saying that the work of the Holy Spirit is actually the work of Satan, that is the moment that you have committed the unpardonable sin. Time and again, Jesus was clear about this. Anytime you blaspheme against the Holy Spirit, you are lost and lost forever. Why? Because as the lesson points out, you won't turn to someone you think is the devil for help, nor will you turn to someone you don't think is real for help either. You see, in the end, you won't listen to the Holy Spirit if you don't believe in the Holy Spirit. And that was our lesson for today. Again, have a look at your lesson, and I'll see you tomorrow.